today?
What up? What up?
As y'all may know, this is our first episode 1 of the podcast, Bunch of Nothing. So, we're going to go through a couple things. First off, kind of tell you who we are, just so you kind of know who we are. My name is Steve Matherly. Most people in the industry know me as Instigator, or that white boy Steve from Chattanooga. And, I've been doing music for, about 15 years now. And, thought, man, it'd be great to do a podcast with my good buddy Cobb here, because, we're best friends but have completely different views on pretty much everything in the world. So why not go ahead and do something together and have some different points of view. So
we butt heads on just about every topic, so why not? It's my first time behind the mic, so bear with us.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bear with us on episode
Bunch
1.
of Nothing podcast, talk about a whole lot of nothing. If you guys have better ideas or better topics, send them in and we'll talk
Always
about
send
that.
them in. But if you can, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/TNPUSHERS. We'll start going live there, and we'll be posting all the stuff as it goes along, and we'll always be going live on our Facebook page once we start it and stuff like that. But hey, man, episode 1, we just wanted to kind of get in front of the mic, kind of give it a try, get the camera going. But as being good friends we are, we thought, well, man, what's a good idea to go with first? Why not just go ahead and tell how we met? Well, as most people know, some of the things that I've done in my life, you know what I'm saying? And it's not something I brag about, it's not stuff that I'm necessarily the proudest about, but if you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of how we met, just a friend introduced me to him, said that he knows how to operate, how I like to operate, and we just clicked from there, and funny thing is, I kind of didn't know him, but he was on Tosh.0 whenever he got hit in the face with a mug. I thought, man, this guy there's something got to be wrong with this guy. But we kind of met that way. But
so a timeline of our coexistence here. By the way, here's an intro. My name's Corey Cobb. I was born and raised in Chattanooga.
Chattown.
Went to McCallie for high school. Went to Middle Tennessee State for college. And I just came back from college, was being young and dumb, partying too much, and ended up running into this bald guy right here. And we just got into I hit him up on Facebook talking about music, and I always liked his music. And he dropped an album called The Have-Nots, and I was bumping it up at MTSU, and I really liked it. The rest was history. And recently, during that time when I met Steve, we were hanging out a lot, but we weren't really cool. We knew a lot of the same friend groups. Shout out to Guth Road.
Yeah, Guth Road, baby.
All those crazy men. We had a lot of good times. Probably a lot of people watching had a lot of good time at Guth Road. But so Steve calls me one day, and he's like, hey, man, you want to go to California? And I'm like, I guess I don't have anything else to do. Nothing sounds better to me. And we weren't even cool like that, and the rest was history. I guess I was the only crazy person who would follow Steve on his wild adventures, from flag football to
do things, like I said, and locally do things. And then I thought, man, you know what? Screw these people. No one's going to be looking out for me better than myself. So, why not go out to California myself and take care of business? So, I used to go out to California, and I thought, man, why not go ahead and bring somebody I know with me? And everyone's like, oh, I don't know about it. And I was like, hey, Cobb, you want to go to Cali with me? And he's like, sure, I don't got no money. I'm like, all right, well, cool, let's go.
let's go.
been on some kind of bed like that. I was like,
5-star
man, this is
hotel.
amazing. They're parking us and stuff like that, and smells. They're like, what's that? And they're like, oh, we know what that is. But hey, you know, it is what it is.
We had a good time, and the rest. After that, I ended up being in Stevie's wedding. We ended up hanging out about every day, helping each other
Yeah.
out. This man's helped a lot of people out and done a lot for the city, a lot for the music scene. A lot of y'all have probably seen him around the music scene in Chattanooga.
Tennessee Pushers, you know.
We just wanted to make a show to talk about random stuff, and I always wanted to do a podcast. Honestly, thought I was just going to be a guest on the show here, but I guess we're going to make this a thing. And
Hey, it's a thing. We were going to do Thursdays, but I think we're going to do Mondays, 7 p.m. from now on. So even as soon as this Monday, we're going to start doing it every Monday. So, you know, send in your topics. If you've got music, we're going to start reviewing music and stuff like that live. We just need to make sure give us the permission to play it. If you want us to do the video on, you know, online, we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go through local people and mainstream because of all the different connections I have. And you know, that kind of leads me into one thing. You know, I have a background with a guy named Jelly Roll, and a lot of people are getting to know him. In fact, heck, I wanted to say congratulations, Jelly. I mean, I cannot believe that you have gotten 1 billion. That's with a B, people. 1 billion views, not just streams combined, not this combined. 1 billion views on his YouTube alone. I mean, that's amazing for somebody who's been independent and been grinding for years. So, you know, we got to give him a congratulations.
fresh out of Tennessee,
Oh,
born
yeah.
and raised.
Antioch, you know what I'm saying? He's a big part of my career, you know what I'm saying? And I've had some different emotions with him, but there's one thing about him, you know, he's always been true to who he is, you know what I'm saying? And he has always put on and put in the work. And, you know, there's people, you know, are always like, oh, well, you know, this and that. And some of that is true. You know, I think that there's a lot of people who help Jelly, but everyone who makes it has a team. And so, you know, that's a lot to be proud of. And I'm proud to be a part of what I call history for Tennessee and the independent scene, you know what I'm saying? And everyone should be congratulating him, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, we're all about local business,
Yeah.
local music. I mean, even if you don't like the style of Jelly Roll, you have to appreciate what he's done, what he raps about, from everything from addiction to just growing up impoverished and making money now, the struggles of being famous and everything else. From being around Steve and seeing how much he dealt with Jelly Roll, you can tell he's a great guy. He hasn't let the fame get to him or anything. He still interacts with his fans on a daily basis.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's something that
fresh, born, Tennessee raised.
I think that people should definitely appreciate, you know what I'm saying, that he definitely does his best to interact with everyone. But, I mean, you got to think, and it's hard for me to wrap my head around, like, because I've seen him so many times. I've been around him when I was who he opened for. And I'm not just saying that to put him down or to big me up. I'm saying, like, he literally went from, you know, opening up for local people in their communities to becoming somebody selling out. He's selling out everywhere. In fact, he's going to be at the Signal in Chattanooga, and he sold out within the first day. So just think about that. I mean,
so any local artist,
amazing.
Reach out. We'll put your music on here.
Yeah.
The legalities behind posting music on a podcast is a little tricky, but
we'll get
out
it
here.
We'll figure it all out.
Push all local businesses, anything we can to better our communities. I mean,
yeah, if you're
Chattanooga's
somebody,
a great city, we got to take advantage of it.
For sure. If you're somebody who wants to push your product on our show, you know, as you can tell, I think it looks professional. That's all I deal with is professional work. I've always been ahead of everybody. That's not to put everyone down, but I know people are looking at this right now and they're saying, he always does something bigger than what we do. And it ain't because I'm better. It's just because I waited out. You know, people don't like that about me. You know, one of the things I hate is that, you know, I set dates and then don't follow up. But, you know, that's one of the things I'm changing in my life, and I hope to prove it in front of the camera. You see what I'm saying? Like, every Monday I'm going to be on this podcast at 7 p.m. I'm going to start putting out the music that, you know, I have stored up. I've got an album with Haystack that's dropping. I've got a project with Lil White, again, another one, and something I haven't told anyone. This is the first time Muddy Water got out of prison here recently, and he's going to be a part of Croptober too. So that's going to drop October 1st, and that's all three of us doing a project together. We're going to, do a lot better about promoting it and pushing it, but it's something to be proud about. And I've got that, and I've got a project with a guy here locally named Jay Shinobi that's coming out. I'm super stoked about it. I'm doing a project with a producer here, the Too High Production, which is, I think, made up of Tyler and Greg. They're both going to be together making the whole production. So it's all going to be local, all going to be done that way, shot by AP Films and a couple other people. So, something to be proud of. I've done a lot of things that I am proud of. I think people try and they try and downplay some of the stuff I've done, and I can big myself up a little bit here. I got a video, no matter how you want to put it, with over 2 million views, and to break that down, I got 1 million in 1 year. There's 365 days in a year, and to get 1 million there, I mean, you start doing the math. I got more in one day than some of y'all get on an entire lifetime of one of your videos. So anyone who puts me down needs to make sure that they, can back up what they're saying, because I'm pretty much taking what's mine from here on out.
Yeah, we'll get to the music. We'll talk sports. We'll talk what anybody wants to talk. Also, super shout out to the guy letting us use his studio. This place is awesome.
Amazing.
I'm awful with names, and I'm so sorry about that. What is his name?
His name's Brad.
Brad.
And
thank you so much.
We'll make sure in the repost that we'll put link on how you can contact him, because we're not hiding it. We want y'all to have the best quality too. So someone you can contact. He has a music store.
Saudi Daisy,
he has a music store in Dayton,
store in Dayton.
This place is right here in Saudi.
Anything.
Amazing. So make sure you check that out. What's the name of it, Brad? Main Stage Music. So make sure y'all check that out. Big shout out to him. But
Steve, did you see Chris Paul last night?
I
watched the last, I'd say the second half, and it was just greatness. It was a perfect game in all shape and fashion. No turnovers, 41 points. I think he was 60% from the field, 16 to 20,
Golly.
16 to 24.
Okay.
I mean, it was a flawless game for his first trip to the finals. It was awesome. I was getting goosebumps watching it, and he was just burying threes in people's faces.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. I think they're going to get the ring. I mean, I'd like to see the Hawks go, but...
Well, that's something that I've always thought is crazy. I've never understood why people play down some of our sports, individuals. People are like, oh, this guy's a failure, this guy's that. First off, think about the numbers. NBA is a collective from people all over the world. There's over 7 billion people in the world. There's what, 30 teams in the NBA, and what, each one has 15 on the roster. That's what, 450 people. That's 450 people who make it in the NBA at one time, and we downplay that a championship or someone even making it there. I mean, first off, that's amazing that he's just made it to the finals. Who cares if it's his first time? It's amazing that someone's made it to the finals.
I think a lot, too. We get caught up in the GOAT talks, the Bradys.
Yeah.
And people need to just give respect where respect's due. I mean, Chris Paul is greatness at all levels.
Right.
What he does for the players, what he does for the community, and last night was just awesome. I mean, he wrote "Can't Give Up Now" on his shoes, and
right, yeah.
So DeMarcus Cousins is talking shit in his face at the end of the game, and it was just an awesome moment.
Right.
He got to walk off the court,
yeah,
and now he's going to the NBA Finals. So I mean,
hey, and shout out to the Suns. That's what I'm trying to say.
It seems like ever since the Suns in 4 video and dude got beat up, they can't lose. Now. They can't lose. They've got to win.
Hey, but.
And it's awesome. Phoenix has been rocking. Did you see the parade that they had for the players? I mean, it looks awesome. And
I mean, that's amazing.
It's so good for Chris Paul. Such a good athlete, such a good person, and does all the stuff for the players. So it was good to see that. I was truly emotional last night. I was like, man, this is badass. And he couldn't miss. He didn't have any turnovers as a point guard holding the ball for 35 minutes a game. Hell, isn't he 36 years old?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I like. People like these big analysts. It's like it's like their prerogative is just to constantly try and downgrade just how amazing even a bench player is. I mean, like I said, you got to look at it. I mean, there's only 450 people who get to play in the NBA every year.
And with the NBA, I have a love-hate relationship with the NBA. I grew up watching the NBA my whole life, a huge Celtics fan. Go Celtics. We got to figure something out. I'm glad Brad is in charge now. But
yeah.
So watching the NBA my whole life, I loved it. I remember I got the Diesel jersey on, big Shaq at LSU. But I remember watching the 2001 finals and falling in love with basketball. And to be honest, the last few years, basketball has pissed me off, and I haven't watched as much NBA games. To see that last night, to see him playing hard, it was the fouls and the way NBA play. I don't know. It's like
it's different now, but that's the point. Like, people need to get over that because times change. You got to change with the times.
I get it, but I miss the old school tough players. I mean, I know you got to call it a foul. It is basketball now, but I mean, I wish they'd let them play. Like the other night, they called a flagrant foul on Jay Crowder. I don't even think he's wiped the sweat off of whoever's head, and they call a flagrant foul. I don't know. But I fell out of love with the NBA for a minute, so it was good to see that last night kind of rekindle the spark.
Good. Well, you mentioned LSU and Shaq. What about the players being paid in the college sports
Dude,
now?
So that is going to be absolutely insane. So I don't know what's going to happen.
I kind of have mixed emotions about it.
I'm not even going to lie. I hit up a Florida player trying to buy a jersey.
Right.
Go Gators.
Well, I have mixed emotions about it. And part of the reason I have that mixed emotion is because, I think that it personally
it's gonna
hurt.
It's going to fuck it up.
It's going to hurt a lot of people who were on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? But I also, why it's a mixed emotion is I also think it's going to help people who maybe couldn't make it to the next level but were great in college feed their family. So
yeah, I mean, it had to be done. The NCAA was in not a good situation. Everybody's paying players. They deserve it. I think I read earlier the NCAA made $18 billion as a whole in 2019.
Right. But see, I think the problem
they
with
had to pay them, and they couldn't come up with a good scale because how are you going to pay the quarterback at South Dakota State the same?
Right, but
it's going to get crazy. But
you see, that's why it's kind of hard because you got to think about man, we're talking about football. Everyone's focused on football, but that includes every sport.
But it's every sport brings in money, but with football being so much,
I don't think that every sport brings in money. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we live in a society that's not ready for what's about to happen. And I say that because everyone's pushing something about gender and equality because they think equality means that people are equal, and that's not true.
You gotta give people a fair chance.
Okay, well, what happens with the softball program?
There's no way to do it on an NCAA level. There's no way to do it. You
women's
can't do it
basketball.
fairly.
Well, women's basketball, for instance,
they're already getting paid first off anyway under the table, so now that's going to get even twice as watered down because now they're probably going to have straight up agents.
I think the problem is it's just opened up a can of worms.
Recruiting is going to be wild. I mean, you can transfer now. I mean, it's the NFL and it's free agency. You don't have to put in hard work. I mean, you have to put in hard work to be an NCAA athlete. Not saying that, but if you can't start, you can jump ship, not have to sit out a year. I mean, they're going to turn it into a money frenzy. And
I definitely think more money will come.
I think it's going to water down college football, but I mean, we got to love it. It's college football, and hopefully Florida goes 12-0.
Oh my God!
They're going to beat the hell out of the Vols. It's going to be great.
I don't even want to pretend like that's not true.
They might win by 65.
Maybe they will, but maybe they won't. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how much we can come up with some money. Maybe some of those big players in Tennessee will start putting some money in the program.
Georgia, Clemson first week. I think we got Alabama.
Clemson. Well, I heard Dabo Swinney was giving up his job.
That's what he said about players being played, but that's just how he's going to have to adjust on the fly like everybody else.
I thought he was a man of his word. I thought Clemson had a man of his word.
There's many players on his roster that are receiving a check right now.
I know. I'm just giving them a hard time. But, we can't hold people to times when they're trying to make something like that. But
I can't wait for college football season. It's just a better time. Everybody's happy. There's rivalries going on. There's good competition.
I think all college sports are better.
And
just like, well, for instance, we can mention that what is it, Mississippi State? They won their first title.
Vandy collapsed yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't buy an out.
Baseball for anyone asking.
Win game 1, go up 1-0. You think Vandy's going to close it out? They got Rocker, all the good pitchers, and then they just choke. Sucks. And I love Vandy. I love Vandy. That's a great school, and I was wanting them to pull it out. That was tough.
Yeah, that would have been great for them. But I am happy for a group of people who've never won any type of national title.
I forgot to say the NC State thing was awful. Like, COVID. So
you're right.
I mean,
right about that.
that's terrible.
I think that
those kids will never get another chance.
Been and all that stuff, they should have definitely
that is awful.
Made some kind of an exception to that, and they should have done something different, but they didn't.
It's the NCAA. I mean, they're corrupt people. I hate to say that, but I mean, when you're bringing in billions of dollars, I don't know how by the book you can be. I guess at that point it gets a little dark.
Well,
but hopefully
everything
making
that much
out.
Money can be perfect.
We'll see if the playoff comes about. If they push that hard, I feel like that kills the regular season. The big rivalry games, it will take out rivalry weeks we love, but we kind of do need to get rid of those stupid bowl games. We don't need. It gives the small guys a chance. I don't know what side I'm on about the bigger playoff bracket.
Yeah,
I like how it is right now. I wish it would stay how it is for a few more years. We'll see how it is. And
I mean, typically the teams that are in it are the teams that I've always felt deserve it. Now, obviously, I'm an SEC homer because I think that they have harder competition throughout the entire season, and I think that in general the rest of the United States is all about the Big Ten or Pac-12, all whatever it is.
I mean,
a million
the SEC
different things.
is the most dominant conference on any level. Really,
by far, I think that top end, it's got the most competition, and I think that they play a harder schedule, and that the teams tend to play harder and be harder. So
we'll see. We'll see what they do this year. Hopefully, I mean,
they have to do something different, but.
Hopefully the smaller schools in the SEC will play a little better this year, and that will solidify that. But we'll see how it is. I'm excited. Clemson, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's had a kid kicked out the other day. Actually, 2 kids, I think.
They keep getting kids kicked out over stupid charges with marijuana.
Yeah, that's stupid. But he had a prior. I think he was already in trouble before he got there. So the new coach, he's got to kick him off the team.
I think he's got to kick him off the team for getting caught. I mean,
not saying what he did was wrong.
People need to be smarter.
It's 2021. You should be able to smoke a joint.
If there's a law,
even if you're in
in college, you know what I'm saying? They're obviously letting you know when drug tests are. They're giving you every opportunity. Just why are you driving around with it?
Yeah.
Have someone else bring it by. I mean, you're a college student. You're an athlete, and you're telling me that your dealer won't bring it to your dorm? I mean, I'm just saying.
They'll do whatever they want up there. I've seen it.
Exactly. I mean, we've all been in college. Everyone who's been at college knows that there's going to be someone who's going to bring that joint to them. And the fact that they haven't – when you get caught with it in your car driving around, and especially when it's just a couple grams, hey, what if it was an ounce? I don't care what it was.
Hopefully within the next few years,
why are you driving around with it?
We'll be able to legally smoke.
Especially late at night.
And with the Delta 8 stuff, people love the CBD. I'm not going to lie. I've smoked weed for a very long time, and I love it. But I had friends who couldn't smoke, and the CBD is great. It's great for people who can't handle pot or weed gets them way too high. But
I'm ready for people to.
It's got to be legalized
really
in Tennessee. I don't
down.
understand how money hungry Tennessee is, but they won't hurry up and legalize pot. But whatever. That's a topic for a different day. We could go on forever about that.
That is a topic for another one. But to kind of stick it out on that. Marijuana, we have no problem with it. In fact, I believe it should be legalized. I think that anyone who gets in trouble for it, that's a stupid, offense.
Yeah, it's got to be decriminalized.
But, it is a law, and if you get caught with it, which I've been caught with it before, You know, I'm not out there saying, oh, I can't believe it. I'm saying, well, you know, I shouldn't have been driving around with it. But
it is what it is,
you know.
But to go back to the NCAA thing, I'm looking forward to the season. It's going to be fun. I'm nervous about my Gators. I'm nervous. Hopefully the defense will come together. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Or maybe
I wish I could say
the offense will be good
Vols,
again. I don't know. But I just know we're going to whoop the Vols.
I mean, I wish I could say go Vols, and I wish we could say I have confidence they're going to beat anybody. But
I like Heupel, though. I like –
I mean, yeah.
I like Heupel.
At this point, you can say you like anybody.
Well, yeah, and I shout out to
like
Jill
anybody,
Griggs,
you
a
know
former ball. I seen him the other day. He said, "Just shut up and win games," which I guess that's at the point with the volunteer nation. But
heck, it really should have been a point 10 years ago. But
I mean, I think he'll be good for an offense. We'll see. Y'all lost a lot of people. I don't know how.
Who
that's
knows? You never
out.
know. You never know. You know that's the great thing about it. You got to give them time. People got to give them time. You know what I'm saying? Got to get over this who we are, because we ain't nobody. I mean, if you still live in 98 and you know what I'm saying, you've got a problem.
We got to be real here.
Got to be realistic. But I love the Vols. I hope they win. I think there's been a lot of times when I thought they were going to win or that they should have won, but they didn't, you know. But so
and then
shut up, win games. Let's go.
To continue on Tennessee, we got Julio in Nashville wearing
the Titans, baby. Now that's something to get excited about. And, you know,
I still think Tannehill's going to mess it up. Go Jags.
What has Tannehill done? You know, like, Tannehill's only proven himself. Again,
he runs play action. He throws to wide open tight ends, and he loses big games. I don't know what he does.
How did he lose big games? I mean, it's a team sport.
I mean, Derek rushes for 200 yards. All he got to do is hit Jonnu Smith on a crossing route and then he's got the biggest wide receiver known to man in A.J. Brown, and he gets man-to-man coverage. I mean, it's going to be a big year. If Ryan Tannehill doesn't take him to the Super Bowl, I feel like it'll be a disappointment.
I love the Titans. I'm a homer for them. So
I like the Titans too, but
I think that Tannehill is the man to get the job done. If you look at anyone who's been successful, most of besides one or two, you don't find somebody who's this successful in this year and that year. Typically takes a team being built around them or some kind of offense that's perfect for them. So let's just give them a chance, you know?
I mean, I gave him a chance, but sometimes he looks like an MVP, and then the next week he looks like Nathan Peterman at the Vols.
Who do you want to be?
I don't know.
Who's a perfect quarterback?
I mean, you have a 2,000 almost yard a year rusher in Derrick Henry, and you still struggle to put points on the board. It doesn't make sense. Especially with A.J. Brown, it doesn't make sense. But hopefully the Titans will pull it together. They'll
go Julio. We'll find out.
I mean, Julio's going to be great. I hope
Julio Jones always been one of my
favorites. I hope
favorites.
he's not injured because they'll win the division. I'll probably put money on them to win the division. I'll be rooting for the Jaguars, all the family back from Jacksonville. Shout out to the fam. Go Jaguars. But
well, you know, I believe in the Titans. I definitely think they'll win their division. And, you know, heck, I'd put some money on it.
Choke out up here.
What are you gambling on right now?
Dude, you can ask many of my friends in our close circle. I couldn't pay for a bet right now. But if y'all do want to bet, go on Instagram, go to @CookTheBookBets. My buddy Case White from Macaulay, great guy. He's starting a little gig over there, and he'll give you great bets, system plays that cash week in and week out. And you might even get some golf tips, too. He's a hell of a golfer, great guy. Follow @CookTheBookBets. Hopefully I can get him on the show one day. Hopefully we can get all of our friends on the show one day.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He has a great winning percentage for what he does.
A lot of his stuff I don't agree with.
So you need to follow him.
I bet with emotion too much. I think that's my downfall.
Everyone that bets with an emotion, and that's why, you know, Vegas has –
Case says it all the time. I mean, Vegas didn't become what it was by us hitting. So, I mean, you got to listen to what Vegas says and hopefully get lucky. I have not been lucky lately. So, hopefully we can turn it around, bet on some UFC. Conor McGregor is going to get knocked out. So, that's a for sure punch. Maybe early, too. So
we'll see. I'll ask my cousin JG, you know.
I mean,
that's somebody who wins at life. You know,
not me. I mean, if you want to hear good picks, pick opposite of what I'm picking because I cannot buy.
You know, gambling. I'll make sure we post it. You know, when we repost this, my cousin JG, he's a bookie, And you know, I want to make sure you put all your bets
I would
through
hammer
him,
a
so.
Hawks money line. I think the Hawks are going to do it, so we'll take the Hawks.
So you know now to go
And
opposite.
maybe the under too. I think Giannis is out, and Trae Young might be out. So maybe the under. I don't know. Who knows? But I've been wrong a lot.
That might be
lately.
a great. Something to look into for sure.
My main success is soccer. I have the best success with soccer. I don't. If you hit favorites, more like Premier League and stuff.
Yeah.
Hit favorites and parlay them. That's been my luck. So I don't know. Sports betting's tough. I got to refrain myself, or I find myself betting every day, and we got to save money. I got to buy some property soon.
Yeah.
So
You got to start doing the smart stuff like stocks. What are you doing?
The stock market. We've been killing it recently. Let's check it out here.
Okay,
What
here
are
we
doing
go.
on Robinhood today.
Robinhood. There you go.
I haven't.
This is a man who believes in stocks. I love stocks too, but
here's what I'm going to say about stocks. If you want to get rich overnight, go into options, have balls of steel, trade every day. You're going to lose a lot of money or make a lot of money really fast. Be rich overnight. Get into crypto. But if you want solid stock information, you got to go with the ETFs and the dividends. So I get
what are some of the ones that you do? I've noticed that, you know,
ETFs
everyone's on crypto right now.
Let me explain an ETF.
Crypto's
I will go
crazy,
to crypto
you know
too.
what
So
I'm saying?
crypto is crazy. If you can make money in crypto, do it. I'm not saying that. A lot of people are getting rich overnight. I personally don't like crypto because when I invest in a company, I want to see what my money's doing. I want to be able to, it's tangible. I want to see a good company. I want that company to go buzz quarterly sales and my stock go up every day. I can't do that with crypto. I just sit there and wonder what is it? It's just a made up coin. Dogecoin was a joke. I mean, if you can make money, pull your money out. Be ready to pay Uncle Sam 33% if you're not going to hold your stocks for over a year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, a lot of people believe it's still going to hit the the million mark or something. I have a hard time believing.
People just think like
I can see it hitting 100,000, but I also see it going down.
Which you can, but you can also be stupid and lose a lot of money fast. So for me, I'm more of a consistent dividend based. I'm getting cash every quarter from my companies. I have over 42 different investments, and it's all ETFs. Like it's all.
So what are some of the ones?
An ETF is a group of stocks. So say I have Home Depot, Apple, Tesla. I'm getting all them in a group for a cheaper price. So instead of me buying a share of Tesla for, what is Tesla right now? $6.76. So instead of me having to spend $76 for a share of Tesla, I can now get a piece of it, a piece of Home Depot, a piece of Walmart, and everything else for a cheaper price. And
so how much do you need to have to invest? What do you think?
$5, even if you can only put $5. I started with $20, just whatever extra money I had each week, I would throw it into Robinhood.
Right.
Pick something I liked. Invest in what you like. You watch Netflix every night, buy Netflix. You watch sports, invest into sport. Whatever you like and you think is going to make money over a long term. I'm no stock expert whatsoever, but I try to at least be smart with what I'm going to do with my money.
Yeah, I've always kind of followed different stocks and been interested. I have a couple of stocks. And, you know, the best thing about it is that I can't just take the money out that's in there, you know, right away.
Yeah, you gotta act like
think
it's
about
a savings account. Because
And
for me,
I've watched it go up. I've watched it go down. You know, I put 100 here, a couple hundred there, and I've watched it literally go from like, oh man, I made 500 a day to where I'm like, I'm down $50. And it's a scary thing. But, you know, one of the things that I found from some of the experts that I talked to, they said, you know, long term is the best way to go. Keep putting money in.
So I had a quote the other day.
If you believe in something, you know, put it in it.
Time in the market is more important than market timing. So regardless if you buy a stock on a bad trend, up or down,
right,
the longer you're in there, the greater probability you're going to have, unless it's just some awful company. Right. And stay away from your meme stocks, honestly. Like if you can make some money on AMC and GameStop, cool, but those are failing companies. Like we don't need to be throwing our money into failing companies.
Reddit.
But
yeah, I mean, you know, obviously that's just something to kind of, you know, middle finger to the industry.
I mean,
and I
screw
get
the billionaires,
that. Don't get
but
that. I get that, but
I can't personally invest my money in it. If
honestly,
you can, cool. I mean, we're gambling at that point. That's what I was saying. If you want to get rich, we can do options and you can trade daily, but
right. I mean,
be ready to pay
I know
Uncle Sam and
has done that. They've failed a lot too. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
people don't understand taxes because most of the people who are doing something like that and believe in get rich quick, they typically don't understand how money works and have never been taxed. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and a good
that's
rule of
something that
thumb:
I've
set, if
learned
you're
in
going to
music.
buy and sell stocks, 30%, even 33, to really cover you. Set 33 aside from Uncle Sam and be ready to pay up because the IRS, if you're making any kind of money over 5 to 10 grand, they want
Right.
a chunk.
Well, that's something even with music that I've had to learn and understand because once you start making so much money, you get taxed, and
Oh yeah,
and 1099 from this company, that company. I'm like, what?
But what's
it
cool
took me a
about-
while to lose money and then understand I can't keep losing money for them to keep giving me money.
So
you see
when
what I'm saying?
when I got into the stock market and everything scared me, I had to go get a tax person. I don't know how to do any of that.
Right.
Usually I just claim nobody, file taxes, and be done.
Right.
But now that I'm invested, you can defer your taxes a lot. Like if I keep it in the market for over 2 years, I don't pay capital gains. I don't have to worry about it. You can even put your money into stocks that don't really move much but pay you high dividends. You can get straight cash every few months from certain stocks and just do your homework. I got obsessed with it. It's the coolest thing when you're sitting at work, you look down and your money's making money.
Right.
And there's
No, I mean,
there's no better feeling.
I've always thought that was amazing.
I don't know about y'all. I don't want to work till I'm 75. I mean, I probably
No.
have to. I mean, there's no Social Security left, that's another topic
but
for later. But
that's
I don't want to
something-
work till I'm 98 and barely get a couple grand a month. Like I want to be set. I want my kids. Generational financial freedom is what we need to be pushing for. Our kids, kids.
Well,
And
that's something I've been paying attention to. Even with music. I'm hoping that forever that streams will last, and I hope that
It's got to at this
money
point.
keeps going in that direction. Up for independent artists, and that's something that I've always been good at. I've always had good ideas. I might not always follow through with
I don't
them.
know
I'm
about
not saying
that.
that.
He's put me on a couple bad ideas.
Okay, I've had
before.
some
That's
bad
bullshit.
ideas, but what I'm saying is that in all honesty, like the music game has been paying, and I've been putting a lot of time and effort into it and money because I want a future, and I've always thought it was funny. Like they're like, oh, people locally, like I said, that goes back on the credit thing. It's like if you're working a job or if you're doing something on the side to make money, they think, well, he must not be doing well. But I mean, and it's not to toot my own horn again, but like I said, I mean, heck, I'm doing pretty well,
I feel
in
like
my opinion, for what I've done.
music's just a crazy game. I feel like you don't get the support you need, and then
Well,
support comes from elsewhere. I don't know. Music's just from being around Steve for so long. Music is just a crazy
you would
game.
think that your friends would be the people to support you all the time, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Most of the people who became my fans,
And I'm not gonna lie, Steve
people who
is
didn't
not
even
my
know who I
favorite
was.
artist ever. Do I love his
Yeah.
grind? Do I love his music? Yeah, but I mean, we gotta support every artist, country, rap, anything,
Yeah.
because that is awesome. I'll go watch any show. I love any kind of live
Right.
music, jazz, rock. I'm going to see the Avett Brothers Sunday, actually.
I mean,
up at-
that's
up at
me too.
Bonner,
See,
so-
I love all music.
I
And
gravitated towards rap, like Stevie knows this, but I gravitated towards rap because of a homie. Shout out Brand Money. Y'all can go
Brand
check-
Money.
y'all can
There's
check out
another
his
guy we got to
music.
get out here.
But we'll have to get him out here one day. But he always showed me to rap when I was younger, so I always gravitated to it. I always loved it. And being a white kid from going to private schools my whole life, it was kind of mesmerizing seeing that side of rap, real trap music. And I fell in love with it, but it
Yeah.
also opened me up to every other genre of music as well.
See, that's the thing with me. Like, I've always gravitated toward it because I've always felt like it's described my life a lot better. It's been kind of what I feel, what makes me feel good. Sometimes I want to go and bash someone's head in. That's why I listen to 3-6. That might not be the best thing to do, but I listen to 3-6 and it made me feel better. I didn't
think
have to go fight somebody.
Everybody at some
I've
point
had
in time
struggles,
has-
what I'm saying,
has
with life
used
and
music to
and
help them
And the
in
best
life.
part for me on rap music is, like I have grown up poor, you see what I'm saying? And I've always struggled. So, Tupac and a lot of the early hip hop and rap, always, meant something to me and kind of described my life. And I was like, man, yeah, I feel like that. I feel the exact same way. And, so I've always wanted to do it. I've always loved music, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you said, I'm not your favorite rapper. And I don't think I'm a lot of people's favorite rapper, but something I am proud about is I think I make good songs and I know how to put people together on songs.
I can say Steve has done so much for the music community in and around Chattanooga. You can say what you want about his music, but he's touched a lot of hands and met a lot of people that people don't get the opportunity to in music. And I know from seeing it firsthand. I've seen it myself. I've been there. And it's awesome, and it's opened me up to a side of music I don't know if I wanted to see, a weird side of music that's it's cutthroat. Music is a crazy.
It's cutthroat for sure, but
me and Steve have talked about investing, and music is just I want to get into it, but we don't know because it's just the craziest. It's the craziest.
Music
way to make money.
Is strange, and people who don't understand it, it's hard to understand what we have to go through.
Support independent artists. So if you have some, shout us out. Let's play it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to actually, I think Monday, we're going to try and have someone come in here live in studio and maybe do a song. And that might be something we do. We'll definitely have some interviews coming on.
And sorry guys, we'll do the show next week, but then I'm headed to Colorado to get some of the legal pot for the first time. I'm so excited.
Maybe you can bring
but
back.
Then after that, I'll be back shortly. We'll continue. Hopefully, Steve can get a couple guests for that week.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
big
for sure
big
get a couple
shoes to
guests.
fill though. Big shoes to fill.
Well, speaking of local music and stuff like that, we were hoping that we'd be able to play some music for some local people on the show, and we are going to do that starting out next Monday. Like I said, Monday 7 p.m. we'll be on every Monday, but we're going to start playing different people's music.
Yeah, we got to work out the technicalities of it. We kind of rushed this, honestly. We were ill prepared, but that's how we roll. We're just going to go with what we feel, and
for sure.
With playing other people's music, we just got to be real careful. So any local artist, we'll get that figured out.
We're gonna get all that figured out, and we'll be able to play your videos,
anything.
And
any companies.
From now on,
if y'all want to shout out, Stevie's got an awesome YouTube channel. It's popping. He's built this brand for the brand of Tennessee Pushers for years. We traveled the country playing flag football, to passing out CDs, to selling CDs, to
that's right, yeah,
selling T-shirts. Whatever we can do to push his brand. And so hopefully the podcast grows. Hopefully y'all are continuing watching. I don't know. It might have been a little boring. I'm sorry. Bear with us. We're going to hang in there and have some cool guests, and hopefully the fans can interact too, and we can get comments up.
We'll start getting a lot of stuff together. And like I said, we'll have the Facebook page. We'll have all the different pages on all social media, Instagram. I won't do a Twitter. Twitter's dead, but everything like that.
Twitter's
we'll have.
Cool,
oh my God, no! It's not. We'll have a bunch of social media out there, and we'll have some T-shirts. We'll have some different merchandise that you can get to help support, because heck, this ain't free on us. I can tell you that. So,
but this is a way to get stuff off your chest. I mean, we're gonna have real conversations here, funny conversations. Me and Steve might end up tussling. I mean, we really don't agree on anything.
Anything. I mean, politics. We're not going to go crazy on politics, but
not today.
We'll talk about a couple things like that. And like I said, he definitely has a different view than me. But hey,
we're here to have a good time.
That's okay.
And just talk about stuff, anything, and what's really going on. What's going on in the county? Did you see actually Hamilton County bought 2,100 acres from the McDonald Farm right here in Sale Creek and parts of Dayton? There's going to be an industrial park, I assume, a giant business like Volkswagen, Amazon, and an industrial
they
park.
got that tire
more
company
jobs. I mean,
Dayton coming, or no, the tire company's already there. They're
Nokian's
to
there.
hire for it and do more hiring and stuff like that. So,
Dayton is trying to match Chattanooga prices with homes, and Dayton's popping. I mean,
click rate
before you
crazy.
would think about Dayton, Tennessee, and you're like, but now, I mean, people are loving it. They love the land.
One of the things that I've always found interesting about Dayton, and a lot of people may or may not know this, but I've known it for a while. Like Deion Sanders actually invested a lot of money here in Dayton. Not here, but in Dayton. Yes, he's been investing in it for 15 years.
I mean, it would pay off.
And it's already been
we could have bought anything a couple years ago.
Think about all the stuff, all the property you
money.
could have got in Dayton right now and made money. The click rate, they say, is the highest.
Now you can't find a piece of property.
The highest in Tennessee. It's one of the highest in Tennessee, top 5 click rates.
I'm jealous of the studio. He got this in 2016. I mean, what a great spot.
This is amazing.
Shout out
studio.
Again. Thank you for letting us use the
Yes,
spot.
Brad,
We got to wrap it up here soon. What's something we can talk about to wrap it up?
I want to wrap it up. I want to make sure we shout out a couple people and talk about some. So I want to make sure we shout out T. Riser because he's got a video that he's going to be premiering on our show with Rax and Young P. He's got a whole bunch of
Rack Racer music group.
I mean, they're one of the
Young P,
the greatest ever.
Say what you want again about them, but they put out work.
My
Twist
gosh,
has put out
it's amazing.
project after project after project, and you can't hate the man's worth it.
T. Riser is amazing.
Last year.
See, this is the
don't
thing.
Even know that.
T. Riser is amazing, and I
He's
hope
built a great brand as well.
I hope that it eventually
Twist is awesome.
Blows up for him a little bit more than normal. But like I said, T. Riser will be on our next show. Shout out to him. He's going to premiere his video with Rax, which is a guy out of Florida. I mean, he's a pretty good rapper.
I've got to get back on my music.
Yeah, you got to.
I don't know
he was
about
originally
Rax.
signed with YG. He might still be signed with YG. I'm not.
I'll check it out tonight.
Sure.
I'll check it out tonight.
So YG, and he was co-signed by Snoop Dogg. So I mean, heck,
I'm bad
those
about
are two
going to
people
my...
out of Cali that are saying, that this guy's the guy to watch for. So
do you not find yourself you gravitate to the albums you love, the ones you can go to?
Man.
It's hard. I know you did. You're an artist, but
I did every single week. I'm trying to find new stuff. And that's kind of what music's come to. Like, I'm guilty of it. Like, I could love an album but I want to hear something new next week.
Right.
And so that's why I think, as an artist, that's why Twist, T. Riser's definitely got a lot of stuff going on because he's always putting out new music.
How many artists does he have? He's got all kind of people over there. They just drop
great artists.
After project.
The
whole Chattanooga music scene right now has been pretty popping lately.
Slat
Zai, I mean, everything
he's been going on. D Block, J Mac, King Clown.
There's so many people that are putting out great quality pieces of work that aren't necessarily getting the mainstream hype. And
my boy Q Bossellini's been putting out a whole bunch of West Coast stuff.
Tez has studied.
Tez is always
album
doing
after album
stuff
for years.
And these are all people we plan to have on the show. And like I said, we're going to be watching and reviewing music, so you can expect that on the show. We will have a lot more about music.
We'll be a lot more organized too. I mean, this is just two buddies throwing a podcast together, and hopefully y'all watch Bunch of Nothing for the years to come.
Bunch of Nothing.
I had fun tonight.
I enjoyed it.
I'm terrible on the mic. Sorry about that, but
it's all good.
We're gonna get it down here soon.
I'm not that great on it. I wish I had my rapper voice on here instead of people are like, that's not him. I know it's not,
but it's all right.
But I
hope y'all enjoyed some of the topics. I know we kind of bounced around, maybe didn't stay focused.
And I want to make sure we shout out our sponsor. Hold on one second. We did get a sponsor. And I want to make sure I get this right. Anyone who knows Billy Swanson.
Big Billy. That's the homie
Big
as
Sexy,
well.
He's got his own mixed
MMA
martial
gym.
art place. So it's called, for everyone who needs to know, look it up, please. It's Chattanooga Mixed Martial Arts College. It's on 3834 Hickson Pike. Tennessee, obviously, and he's got a whole bunch of classes going on. Let me see.
Man, the people he gets in there, I mean, he goes to camp after camp. Billy's a great guy.
He's actually in Florida right now. Oh, there's that train. That's something else you'll have to get used to in Tennessee. We have trains that come by the studio, but that's okay. They'll let you know how close we are to the tracks. But he's got, let me see. Hold on one second. Pretty much every single day you can go to a class at his gym and learn MMA, and let me tell you something, he has some great people come through there.
Elijah Carlton is a world-class grappler. I mean, the people he has coming in there are great.
You can learn a lot. You can lose weight.
Started that with nothing.
You can self-defense, and he has put in the work, and that to me is amazing.
And he's a great fighter in himself. We're talking about other people. He's a hell of a fighter. He just had a fight.
That's right.
I mean, I have been slacking. I've seen 2 or 3 of his fights, but I need to get to the
he'll be on.
Make it to the last one.
Like I said, and shout out to Billy Swanson. Thank you
shout
for
out
the
Cook the Book
sponsorship.
Bets, follow
Cook the Book
Case.
Bets.
There's so many local companies that we could shout out, but we got to wrap this thing up.
So we're gonna
y'all
wrap
have
it
a
up,
good
but
night.
we appreciate y'all listening. Like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
that's where we're
follow
gonna be
us.
going. It's youtube.com/TNPUSHERS, like Tennessee Pushers. It's kind of obvious, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you follow it, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Follow us on Instagram, our personal one. Stevie's got his Pushers one and his personal one.
Mine's
Facebook,
at IAM423. That's pretty much all of my stuff is IAM423. I think my Facebook is Instigator423 because the Fed shut the other
Mine's
one
Crazy
down.
Good 423. Hit us up.
Hit us up with anything.
Tell us what we need to talk about.
And,
if y'all want to come out here, do whatever.
We want y'all on the show.
We'll try to do a
anyone
giveaway.
local.
We'll
have a lot of
something.
stuff coming up. But next Monday, what day is Monday? Anyone know what day Monday is? What is that?
No, that's the 5th.
That's the 5th. Monday the 5th, we will be having another Bunch of Nothing podcast at 7 p.m. We'll start right on time, be a little bit more organized, and we'll have Twist on the show. So,
All right. I think that's all, guys. Y'all take it
Appreciate
easy.
it.
Bunch of Nothing podcast, episode 1.
That's right, baby. It's hot under these lights.
God, that is difficult, man. Oh, my goodness.